Hi, this is Parker Pemberton with Pemberton Homes, brokered by eXp Realty, and today I'm talking with you from sunny Palm Springs, California. My family and I are in Palm Springs, California this week, and I thought it would be a good idea to talk about second home ownership. I'm in a community here that has over 50% of the owners are owning these properties as second homes, and second home ownership right now is surging throughout America for a couple of reasons. Number one, COVID is starting to lift. People are getting more comfortable moving around and visiting new areas. And number two, COVID really exposed the fact that we can work and live from anywhere as long as we have an internet connection. So many people have found it more convenient to work from somewhere that has better weather or somewhere that they like more than their home office, and workplaces are allowing it. So it's a win-win. From a real estate perspective, we're talking about the different options you have with second homes. What I'm talking about is buying a property separate from your primary residence. It might be in northern Minnesota, western Wisconsin. It could be in the mountains of Montana, or where I'm sitting at in Palm Springs, California, the desert. There's multiple different uses for second homes, and I want to point out a few of them. The first is obviously to just have a second house to go and visit, to live in, to love the property, to keep it in the family, and have it in a location that you really like to go to. This might be somewhere that has better weather, a vacation community, on the golf course. It could be anything. If you're going to take out a mortgage, you can qualify for almost a primary interest rate as low as about 3% right now. So right now, second home interest rates are as low as they've ever been, making the payment and the affordability on that property the highest it's ever been. Along with that, there's a lot of tax advantages to owning a second house, the same as owning a primary when it comes to the interest deduction. Now, you'll want to talk to your tax professional, your accountant, about the advantages of owning a second house, but there are many. Lastly, when it comes to buying the second house, you can put as little as 10% down on the property to qualify for a mortgage. Whereas a lot of people think you need to put 20% down or more. You can leverage that extra cash to make repairs, to furnish it, do whatever you need to do. You can buy that second home with just 10% down. The second use for a second home can always be from an investment standpoint. You can put renters in there and make it an investment strategy for the future where you can cash flow the property and also take advantages of the tax benefits of owning a second home while your renters pay down your mortgage. One of the things that I recommend when it comes to renting a property out of state is make sure you have some really strong connections from everywhere from utility companies to cleaning companies, or even just consider hiring a professional management company to take care of it for you. The third option is short-term rentals, which would be considered VRBOs or Airbnbs, and they are as hot as ever right now. COVID really shut things down for a couple months, but after that, like I said earlier in this video, people started to realize they can work from anywhere, and short-term rentals can be very lucrative, hundreds of dollars a night for rent, especially in peak seasons in certain cities. So it can be quite a savvy investment strategy if you do want to turn that property into a short-term rental, but also have the flexibility to use the property when you want to use it. A couple things to watch out for here. Make sure you're in an HOA that allows short-term rentals, but also make sure that you're in an area that's insulated by value. And what I mean by that is somewhere that has tremendous weather, that might be right on a lake or an ocean, insulated by amenities in town, or just a really hot travel site. Think about Palm Springs, think about Scottsdale, Arizona, think about Naples, Florida. They'll always be popular destinations for people to visit. All right, and then a fourth option, and my last, is the ability to buy a second home, work on that property, and take advantage of tax-deferred strategies to move that money long-term into other properties. What I mean by that is the 1031 exchange. So when I talk about a 1031 exchange, what I mean is that you can buy a property, put in the work yourself. You could do all of the work on the property, sell that property for a gain, and move that into another property that you can continue to just wash and repeat and do it over and over and over again. Now, if you're looking at this from an investment standpoint, doing this for 10 to 20 to 30 years, you could defer a lot of tax and not make those tax payments while you accumulate more and more properties. Now, keep in mind, always talk to your tax accountant, your professional. Also keep in mind that the 1031 exchange has its own set of rules, so you'll want to check with a 1031 exchange expert. But this is an excellent strategy if you do want to move into an area and plant roots and continue to do that through time. The advantages of owning a second home are endless. They are an incredible option to take some time away or just work from somewhere that isn't home. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, realizing that second home ownership is very possible and it's a lot easier than what many think. Rather than waiting until we're 60, 70, 80 years old to do it, I encourage you to look into it now. And if there is a particular city that you would like to explore, I've got realtor connections in all of those cities that can help point you in the right direction, cover you from HOA regulations, and make sure that you're making a smart decision. So make sure to reach out to me if you're thinking about buying a second home, whether it's in Colorado, Montana, California, Arizona, Texas, Florida. I've got connections everywhere. So I would be glad to help and would be glad to put you in touch with a professional in those areas. All right, that's all I got for today. Thanks for hanging in there. I hope you guys all enjoy your day. And as always, if you have questions, reach out to me anytime. But I'm Parker Pemberton with Pemberton Homes at eXp Realty.